Welcome to a world of laughs where humor knows no bounds. Enjoyed your stay? Subscribe, hit like, and keep the chuckles coming. Remember, laughter is timeless. Welcome to the world of Mr. Smith, an entrepreneur with a small, warm-hearted business. Not a sprawling enterprise, but a quaint local operation that holds a special place in the community. Picture a place where the coffee is always brewing, and the air is filled with the hum of diligence. Meet Sarah and Jack, the two gears that keep this clock ticking. Their commitment to their work is like a love letter to the virtue of hard work. Every morning they clock in, armed with nothing but their dedication and a can-do spirit. They pour their everything into their tasks, often burning the midnight oil to ensure perfection. They are the heart and soul of this modest establishment, but as they say, every business has its challenges. And our dear Mr. Smith, seated in his office, his eyes scanning the crisp pages of his financial ledgers, is about to face his. Stay tuned, folks. The real story is just beginning. One day the numbers on the crisp pages of Mr. Smith's financial ledgers didn't hold the promise he had hoped for. The earnings were strained, like a rubber band pulled to its limit, threatening to snap. The warm touch of this small local operation could no longer afford the luxury of 2 employees, no matter how invaluable Sarah and Jack were. This burdened Mr. Smith with the daunting task of choosing who to let go. He could find no professional faults with either of them. Their dedication to their work was exemplary. So what could be the fair criterion for this unenviable decision? Over a cup of coffee, an idea percolated in Mr. Smith's mind. He would observe them at work, noting their commitment, and decide based on their behavior who would inadvertently volunteer to be let go. The first one to pause their work, for any reason, would be the one. And so, the observation began. As fate would have it, Sarah developed a headache and reached for her purse to get an aspirin. It wasn't just any headache, mind you. This was the type that made the room seem like a rock concert, and the lights brighter than the sun. She couldn't continue her work in this state, so she decided to march over to the water cooler, aspirin in hand. Meanwhile, Mr. Smith from his office spotted Sarah's movement. Seeing his chance, he straightened his tie and followed her, his heart pounding like a drum. As Sarah stood by the water cooler, oblivious, Mr. Smith tapped her shoulder. "Sarah," he began, his voice heavy with regret, "I'm in a tough spot with the business finances, and I need to make some changes. It's down to having to lay you or Jack off." With a mix of quick wit and the day's frustration, Sarah replied, "You'll have to jack off. I have a headache."